just got on the plane. I found that my seat was occupied by the bear child. Just as I was about to get angry, the flight attendant didn't drive the bear away. Instead, he brought Nick directly to first class. And Ella, who is the president at this time, also being harassed by bald men, and he pulls Nick up next to him. The bald man gave up. Ella worked hard all the way, and Nick is naughty going up and down, fun in the seats, and tried to get Ella's attention. But this domineering president would never dream it. Even the flight attendants are no exception. As the shaking of the fuselage becomes more, the plane also fell into total darkness. Ella subconsciously grabs Nick's hand. Nick didn't push it away, but he was very nervous. I was too nervous to say a word. I'm too nervous to breathe. This is enough for people over 40. I watched a movie that I want to watching it today, 30 years later. It's not dated. Finally, the plane arrived at its destination safely. He immediately unbuckled his seatbelt and chased out. However, Ella has got into her best friend's car and left smartly. And the next day, Ella walked into the company with confidence. A man who doesn't understand style. Doesn't care about the gossip. He only focuses on doing his job and become the next owner of the magazine. But what he didn't expect was, the boss actually gave Jonah the position of editor. Ella was shocked and confused by her boss's decision. Obviously, he's the person best qualified for the job. But what the boss said next, but it made Ella lose her temper. The boss said, Jonah may not be as capable as Ella at work, but he has a cheerful personality. I also have good relationships with all my colleagues and active thinking. Contribute to the company's future growth and innovation. Compared to Ella, a dull look all day. It doesn't have the energy and vigor of Jonah at all. Facing the boss's evaluation of himself, Ella didn't argue with him. I just accepted it and decided to numb myself with work. But when Ella turned on the computer and was ready to view the data, and I was horrified to find that my thumb drive was missing. In this moment of anxiety, he came across the computer. There's a note on the screen. Said a man came to deliver something to him today, but he was busy. Subsequently, Ella hastily dialed the number on the note. Koenig is having a party at the bar with his classmates. He excitedly told Ella the address of the bar. Ella rushed towards the bar without hesitation. It was the first time he had set foot in such a noisy place. There is only one thought in my mind. Just get the USB stick ASAP and go back to work on Nick. Ella can only accompany Nick home to get it. But the moment Ella walked out of the bar, he was stunned. An old pink donkey appears in front of him. He never thought of himself. We'll do it with Nick. Such a bizarre means of transportation to get home. After seeing Nick's serious eyes, he still quietly accepted this approach. See Ella wearing a helmet. Clumsy Nick rushed forward by Ella's colleagues. From a colleague's perspective, the two are clearly in the pylorus. This is simply explosive news. Obviously, they only met once, but Ella seems to. There is something about this boy, unspeakable trust. So he went home with Nick. After successfully retrieving the USB, didn't stop much. Just turn around and leave. However, Nick obviously still has something to say. The girl's refusal was like sarcasm, strongly plunged into the boy's sensitive and fragile mind. But a teenager would never dream of it. The girl will soon pursue him actively. On this day, Ella is still rich. Entered the company with a confident attitude. Colleagues were whispering, even in the eyes. It also exudes an inexplicable oddity, and it left Ella completely at a loss. Then his best friend handed him a photo. The above content stunned Ella. Immediately, he found the boss, trying to explain that he wasn't in any matter that affects the company. But what the boss said next blind Ella again. Ella stood there dumbfounded. Can't be calm for a long time. A scum affair. Make him lose his faith in love. After his divorce, transformed into a 38-year-old single mother. Now his only life is his daughter and his job. So I never thought about my own relationship problems. He appealed to his good friend for help. Friends advised him to start a new relationship as soon as possible. Not only will you find a significant other, I can also give my daughter a complete rapid promotion even at work. And I went home. He turns the stereo on full blast. Taste the red wine again that has not been touched for a long time. Listening to beautiful music. Open the dusty closet. At this moment, Ella's heart was already broken. With a crazy decision, he put down the pose of a strong woman in the past, dressed in a very glamorous outfit. He volunteered to go to Nick's school. The moment he appeared, instantly led this group of adolescent boys restless. Nick never thought Ella will come to the school to find him. The two went to the rooftop together. The breeze blows gently. Nick also accidentally shared many new ideas related to design. Ella couldn't help but smile charmingly, and there was a glint of admiration in his eyes. Since then, the contact between the two became mundane. Eller is also used the battered fire truck. On a rainy night, Eller suddenly received a call from her sister to give Ella some privacy. Nick deliberately avoided, but he still couldn't forget to shelter him from the wind and rain. Nick doesn't know. On the other end of the phone, Ella's sister is arranging a party for him. He told Eller, this is a blind date specially selected for him. Not only have a successful career, here's the thing. He didn't care that Ella had a daughter. He eagerly urged Eller to go back quickly. Force 2. Ella can only lie to Nick. Said his daughter was sick. He must hurry home at once. Nick Wenyan immediately rushed to the middle of the road. Stopped a taxi. Now Nick's expression is no longer the ignorance of a teenager, more like a responsible man. A satisfied smile also appeared on Ella's face, and I went home. Ella quickly threw herself into the rhythm of the blind party is funny and a significant other. However, Ella's heart. But it was always Nick. His expression was dazed and uncertain. Let this blind date be doomed to end in failure. But Ella didn't care. His relationship with Nick gradually warmed up. The two went to the fashion show hand in hand. Here are many bosses in the fashion industry. Ella kept reminding him not to move. However, when he witnessed the model fall, and when no one offers a helping hand, inner kindness prompted him to rush onto the stage without the model left unhurt and embarrassed. And Nick was the only one standing on the stage at a loss. Fortunately, the bosses didn't blame Nick. Instead, I left a deep impression on him. After the performance, Nick sent Ella home. The pitch black night heats up their emotions. Maybe it's not over, or maybe I don't want to part ways. So they decided to go to the dance again. Have fun! Although neither of them drank alcohol, but their feelings are subtle. Dance up close. They also gradually became addicted to each other. Then Nick sent Ella home again. Nick tried to squeeze a smile and said goodnight, but watching Ella leave, there was a sense of loss. He wanted to try again, and mustered up the courage to ring the doorbell. Next morning, Ella urges Nick to leave as soon as possible because his sister and daughter are coming home soon. He didn't want them to see this image. Nick dressed hastily to say goodbye. But at the door, Ella suddenly followed, sent a sweet kiss. Nick was instantly intoxicated by the sweetness. But when Ella was about to leave for work, but found a mark hanging from the tree. There are arrows drawn on the ground. Follow the arrow step by step. He was surprised to find a tape recorder under the chair. Put on earphones. Nick's voice rang out. He asked Ella out on a date. Ella excitedly rides his unique little emule. The two of them shuttled through the streets together. They all had happy smiles on their faces. Tara also feels the beauty of life again. This also allows him to be more inspired and creative. His tremendous transformation. Shadow's colleagues applaud him. I'm sure he will become even better. Life is often full of twists, and reality also often gives bring about a dramatic transformation. On a date between the two of them, Nick suddenly confessed to Ella, and Ella was overwhelmed with joy. Listen intently to every word Nick says. However, the daughter suddenly called, but it brought the two back to reality. Well, this moment, Nick was left speechless. He never thought about these practical issues. Can't give Ella a definite answer. In the end, Ella had no choice but perhaps never seeing each other is the most ideal ending. Since we separated from Ella, Nick is completely in a decadent situation. He was home every day, no contact with the outside world. It's as if I've lost my passion for life. Ella is no exception. His work is stuck in a bottleneck. On this day, big customers go to the company to choose photo styles, can't find satisfactory photos. But immediately decide to let Ella up Nick and shoot this commercial, although Ella tried to refuse, but his boss agreed directly. Even warned Ella in a threatening tone, if he can't bring people to take pictures, then he will face the fate of leaving. Ella is caught in a dilemma. He had no choice, can only find Nick again and ask for his help. Reunion after a long absence. The two can't regain their past feelings. There is just embarrassment and alienation from each other. Nick is reluctant, but I still agreed to this shoot. He wants to take this opportunity to welcome back Ella's heart. But unexpectedly, while chatting with Ella's friends, I accidentally learned an amazing secret. It turns out that everything Ella did with him before, all for his promotion at work. A moment's heart fell to the bottom in an instant, but in order to present in public, can be used in the next shooting. The photographer's vexatiousness made him explode completely. He felt he was being made into a joke. He didn't want to endure such humiliation and decided to give up the cooperation. Ella saw that something was wrong and hurried to follow. He begs you to finish this shoot first. But even now, he is still after. Ella still lost her job because of the incident. Also lost myself, but only at such lows, so that he can listen to his inner voice. Watching someone else ride a pink electric donkey, he can't find the one that belongs to him. The old sign still hangs on the tree by the door. But now I've lost my arrow, lost direction. Then Ella silently took out the tape recorder. The moment I heard Nick's voice, he felt a sense of security like never before. At this moment he understood. He is already in love with someone who is more than 20 years younger. He doesn't want to be bound by reality and suppress your feelings. So he decided to go to Nick. Pursue your own love. He comes to Nick's school, broke into Nick's classroom, was required to teach the class, under everyone's gaze. He decided to be brave again for his own happiness. Absolutely kissed at this moment. He did not hesitate to throw away a worldly fetters, firmly hugging the person he loves. Love is so unpredictable sometimes. Let us be in the chaos of the crowd.